What do you think about Lilian?
Well, I have been knowing Lily for about, let's say, 2 years. She was part of our sorority, and I also know her from MAES. So, what I think about her is that she's a really good leader.
Alright, Lilian is amazing. She is inspirational, and she is
the best. DABESS, the best.
Lilian is really hardworking. She's a really sweet girl, and she's very determined.
Great person. Like, she just walks into the room and a smile comes onto your face because she's such a nice person. Whenever I first met her, she was one of the first people to actually talk to me here at the University of Houston, and that actually meant a lot more to me than she probably has realized, because I didn't know anyone here, and her making that effort to introduce herself and actually talk to me, that actually helped me out and helped me set my foundation here at the University of Houston.
Hola familia! As you may know already, this is Lilian Jobeth Rodrigez. My name is Jorge David Jimenez, and I'm going to interview her today. We are going to ask her a few questions about herself and her accomplishments with MAES. So Lilian, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I was born here in Houston, Texas. I'm half Guatemalan, half Mexican. I'm 21. I attend the University of Houston, and I am a very dedicated member of MAES.
What is MAES to you?
MAES is a lot of things. I think if you're trying to identify MAES as just a familia, it's not just that. It has a lot more of an empowerment type of mechanism. It's a culture. It's, like I said, it's a family. It's an identity. And MAES in itself is just so beneficial for a lot of us, and I think for me it's been a great support.
How do you overcome a difficult situation?
And I think the more you've experienced, the better you are at overcoming the situation. I've definitely experienced a lot within the last 3 years as being a dedicated member and an officer of MAES. And it depends on the situation, of course, but I highly recommend being able to just look at the problem and then think what solution is better for everybody instead of what solution is best for yourself. It's often hard being a leader and trying to make a decision that you know is difficult for you to choose, but you know will be better for the rest of the society or the rest of the organization.
What's the best accomplishment with MAES?
That's difficult because I think I've done a lot with MAES, and not that I've brought a lot to MAES, but whenever I do outreach or whenever I go to events or whenever I volunteer, it's not because I want to do it for myself. I want to do it with MAES. And I think what MAES and I have accomplished in the past couple of years in relation to outreach, for example, because that's what I'm really about, outreach, especially with Science Extravaganza and attending schools on Friday to educate them with STEM workshops. I think it's difficult to assume that there's been one accomplishment. I think the fact that we continue our outreach and the fact that our outreach has grown is actually a great accomplishment.
So Lilian, why MAES?
I've been in MAES since my freshman year, and I've created friends. I've created a family here that's like a home. That's like a second home for me, and I can't let go of that because these people are more than friends. You know, they're people I'm going to know for the rest of my life, and they're people I'm going to be close to, and they've helped me grow and network, and I've learned so much from them. And it's just, there's a lot of love within MAES, and there's a lot of love within the people I've met, and it's just very comforting. So,
Why do you think you're the best candidate to run for VNSR?
I think when you're trying to identify yourself as a candidate for any of these positions, you really have to know that you're willing to dedicate yourself to something that's meant to benefit other students, and not just students who are majoring in STEM, but students who aren't even in college yet, because a lot of times the youth don't know what they can do or don't know how they can succeed. And as STEM majors, we need to be able to influence them in a positive manner so that they know that they can succeed and that they do have a future in STEM. And even though it's difficult, that doesn't mean they can't do it.